Maraming salamat po. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Yung partnership po ng University of Makati at ng PISM, ibang pa po naman 10 years ago when we started, is a true example of a PPP, a public-private partnership. At sa linya po ng edukasyon, hindi po natin talaga pwedeng tanggalin ang industry o yung mga employers. Because at the end of the day, sila po ang e-employ, sila ang mag-hire, sila ang magbibigay ng trabaho dun sa mga estudyante na magsisipagtapos ng kanilang mga kurso. And the relationship with PISM actually started, when we called for a meeting asking the different stakeholders and businesses that were operating in Makati, and we're asking them, challenging them, what do you need or what are you looking for in a graduate? And it did not stop there. We told them, can you sit down with us, develop a curriculum together, help us teach it to our students, and come up with a true on-the-job or internship program. And PISM was one of the first industry partners that actually responded to that challenge. Yung pagkapanalo po ng ating tatlong estudyante, bonus na po yan. Kasi po, yung employability po ng mga graduates na nagsipagtapos ng portion ng supply management sa University of Makati is almost 100%. Yung iba po, na po hindi na i-employ is because not that they were not hired, but they chose not to work. Iba kasi nag-asawa, kaya hindi na po nag-trabaho. No? But this is really a testament to the commitment that our partners from PISM, and the dedication that the lecturers have accorded to the University of Makati. And ang dapat po talaga namin pasalamatan dito ay kayo po, yung PISM, sa pagkapanalo po ng ating mga estudyante. In fact, I was in one of our meetings very recently. I was also challenging the organization. Baka po kasi hindi pa po alam ng nakakarami na yung K+12 law has already been signed by the President and it will be fully implemented by 2016. So by that time, before you can go to college, you must have 2 additional years in high school, that is grades 11 and 12. So i-graduate po ng 4th year high school ng 2016, you'll be required to take grades 11 and 12 before they can go to college. So what does that mean? For tertiary institutions, that means 2 years of love without freshman students. And there are some industries or there are some companies that cannot afford to have that lab. 2 years without freshman intake would also mean 2 years without graduates. And for certain industries, they cannot afford to have that lab of not having talent that will fill the vacancies in the respective work. But I told our partner, PISM, the University of Makati has piloted grades 11 and 12 on the prodding of Deputy Secretary Dr. Armin. And as an institutional policy, we have not accepted any freshman student at the university unless they finish grades 11 and 12. So right now po, we started it last year. We now have a batch of grade 11 and grade 12 students, totaling to around 7,000 students. And sabi ko nga po sa PISM, I think it's really about time that we go beyond now the bachelor's program. Sabi ko, let's think of really piloting something that can be rolled and passed on to the country as a whole. Kasi po, yung ginagawa po natin ngayon sa University of Makati, it is now being actually benchmarked by other schools all over the country. And if PISM and the University of Makati will be the first to come up with a grade 11 and grade 12 curriculum geared towards supply chain or logistics management, that will also be a first for the industry. And the University of Makati is looking forward to the same commitment and the same dedication that our partners from PISM has accorded to the university. And in behalf of the University of Makati and the City Government of Makati, we would like to thank PISM and we would like to tell them that the doors of the university and the city will always be open to partners. So, maraming salamat po.
Very much, Dean. Of course, hindi lang PISM yun. Actually, mostly it's SOPISM. No? So, give where the credit is due. SOPISM has really developed that curriculum for our UMA students, for the UMA. And I'm sure we're open to the suggestion of Dean, no? When we could just discuss that separately. But again, congratulations to our students. And let me now introduce them to you without further ado. I bring to you the winning students from the SCA competition, Noema, Joanna, and Hazel.
Good morning. Sorry. Philippines is well known as a tourist attraction in Asia, especially for having powder whites and beaches. But did you know that there is one more thing that makes Philippines unique? A uniqueness which remains a big challenge for logistics companies in our country. Again, good afternoon. My name is Hazel Johningdao, and together with Ms. Joanna and Ms. Noema, we are from University of Makati. And in collaboration with Philippine Institute for Supply Management and DB Schenker Philippines, we proudly represented the Philippines in Singapore competition. Philippines is an archipelago comprising of 7,107 islands divided into 3 major clusters: the Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Having 7,107 islands implies an unusual way of transportation compared to geographically whole countries. That is why we consider the maritime industry as a vital component in our transportation. In fact, shipping is the major transportation in the inter-island distribution in the Philippines. Our study focused on the transportation of goods to one major tourist spot and yet has a very complex distribution process: the Boracay Island. Every year, there are roughly 1.2 million visitors coming in and out of Boracay. That triggers the increasing number of hotels and restaurants establishing throughout the island. A distributor of cleaning solutions located in Manila, our capital city, happens to ship goods to one of their customers located in Boracay. I will show you an animation representing the actual inter-island movement of that goods from Manila to Boracay Island. Customer places an order to the client. The client will now forward the orders to DB Schenker Philippines. DB Schenker Philippines will now pick and pack the goods, as you can see at the boxes. The freight forwarder will now pick up the goods from DB Schenker warehouse and temporarily stock them to their warehouse. This process would take 2 days. When the forwarder consolidated enough goods to fill a 1-container load, they will now book this container to a shipping line and carry this container to the next station, the Manila port. The container will now be transferred to a cargo ship based on their shipping schedule. This cargo ship has multiple drop points like Cebu Port and Bacolod Port before reaching their final port destination, which is the Iloilo Port. There will be an agent who will facilitate truck located in Iloilo Island. This will bring the goods to the next station, the Katiklan Jetty Port. Here in Katiklan Jetty Port, the agent will again facilitate the loading of the goods to the bangka. Note that in Katiklan Jetty Port, the sea is very shallow, so they only cater bangka. Okay, the goods are manually loaded and bring the goods to the next island, which is the Boracay Port. And again, note that this is the only means to cross from Katiklan to Boracay, the bangka. The goods again are manually unloaded and transferred to another vehicle called the tricycle. And the tricycle are very abundant in the island, in Boracay Island. The goods are loaded in the tricycle, and this tricycle will finally carry the goods to the customer. The whole lead time would take approximately 15 long days. Seeing the whole supply chain process, we can now identify some big challenges which greatly affects the TV Schenker's customer service. Here is an illustration of the route traveled by the goods. As you can see, the transportation route is very complex, which prolongs the delivery lead time. What our customer tends to do is to stock high level of inventory enough until the next delivery arrives. The next problem we saw is the transportation cost, which is relatively high, with a total of $18.16 per case. The next pain point is the multiple touch points encountered by the goods, which exposes the goods to damage, to pilferage, and worse, to accidents. The big question is, how can we solve these challenges? Let us hear Ms. Noel Haikana to introduce us our innovation, which aims to improve the current supply chain process in a faster way at a lower cost.
Okay, Giselle. And now we're here on the most interesting part of our presentation, the innovation and solution. After seeing the current supply chain to Boracay Island, we realized that the challenges we encounter today can be turned to opportunities for TV Schenker. With this list of opportunities, we highlight shortened lead time, reduced transportation costs, and reduced multiple touch points. To take advantage on this, our team proposed an innovative solution to simplify the inter-island transshipment. From the current process having 7 points, we will make it down to 4 points, reducing almost half of the current process. So how can we do that? First, our team came up with an innovative idea of creating a RoRo container. Instead of resorting to the LCL method and wait for a 28 cubic meter container to be filled up, here is our RoRo container solution. RoRo container is a 1 cubic meter mobile container which facilitates small cargo movement. By using this, we will significantly reduce waiting time due to cargo consolidation. Also, RoRo container is designed to assure product quality and safety during transport, as well as providing ease in loading and unloading between vehicles. You know, the best thing about the RoRo container is that it can be customized to suit your product needs. Second is the use of passenger bus compartment. Instead of waiting for a week for consolidation to be completed, our team thought of maximizing the use of passenger bus and its regular daily scheduled trip. Third is the use of roll-on, roll-up vessel instead of a containerized vessel. We will use the RoRo vessel to transship goods from one island to another. And what we love about the RoRo vessel is that it has a daily sailing schedule compared to the weekly sailing schedule of the containerized vessel. Next is the use of motorized cargo tricycle. In place of the passenger tricycle, we propose the use of cargo tricycle to maximize the transportation within the island. Now, applying these strategies will create process innovation, a simplified inter-island shipping to Boracay Island. Now, this animation I will present to you will show the application of our innovations. From DB Schenker, Philippines, the picked goods will be unitized into smaller units and will be loaded to the Roro container. It will be carried using a tailgate truck to the bus terminal. And there it will be unloaded and transferred to the bus compartment. Now the bus will travel to Batangas Port. And there, it will roll on the ship. And the ship will travel to Katiklan Jetty Port. The bus will roll off the ship and go to the other side of the port where the pump boats are berthing. In Katiklan Jetty Port, there is an agent who will facilitate the unloading and stripping of the raw container as well as its transfer to the pump boat. The pump boat will travel to Boracay, and there is also an agent who will facilitate the unloading and the loading of the cargo to a motorized cargo tricycle to deliver to the customer. With our process innovation, the delivery lead time from Manila to Boracay will now be put in 4 days. And also, it will give us an approximately 20% supply chain cost savings. To give us a further discussion on the benefits of our process innovation, here is Ms. Joanna Rose.
Now we're down to innovation highlights. As a result of our process innovation, we significantly reduced the transportation lead time from 15 working days to 4 working days. We reduced transportation cost by 20% as to compare the cost to the current process. We also reduced multiple touch points by simplifying the distribution network. Now, aside from those 3 key points, we also seek for business opportunity by developing reverse logistics using our raw retainer. Thus, we're not only aiming in improving the supply chain, but also greening the supply chain. As a result of our process innovation, we achieved carbon emission reduction, one of the things that people nowadays are aiming for, especially in supply chain industry. Now to summarize, these are the things that we achieved through our process innovation. First, we reduced 11 days in transportation lead time by and also guaranteed the freshness. We achieved 20% cost reduction by proposing the use of raw retainer in Manila and cargo tricycle in Boracay Island. We achieved multiple touch point reduction by using the distribution route of raw retainer, of raw routes. And also, we achieved reduction in inventory level from a monthly basis to a weekly inventory. And overall, we will receive higher customer satisfaction. The Philippines, as we've mentioned, is an archipelagic country. Aside from Boracay, we still have lots of islands in the Philippines that are frequently visited by locals and tourists. And just the same, they offer complex distribution. Now, our innovation, however, is not limited in just reaching Boracay Island. Through our partnership with bus liners, we can observe multiple islands of the Philippines in much more easier, faster, and cost-efficient way. Now, process logistics in our country is disadvantageous. Through our partnership with bus liners, this complexity now becomes an advantage to Schenker, giving it an edge in distributing goods to multiple islands of the Philippines, be it cleaning solution or whatever products that are positive for shipping to those islands. As we quote, Shelter Philippines delivers solutions. And yes, we did. Now to end our presentation, allow me to share to you our humble experiences throughout this journey. We came to realize that discovery is not just about seeing what everybody has seen, rather thinking what nobody has thought. Again, good afternoon everyone. Thank you all very much.